Hello, welcome to another edition of News Review brought to you by Wisdom Yard Television. I am Odunwayo Adelere. We want to appreciate all our viewers, both home and abroad, for always staying due to WYTV, as well as our sponsor, Nokpa Abals. Nokpa Abals deals with Nokpa Aba mixture, Aba tonic, Aba bitters, Aba flusher powder, Aba energy powder. Whichever you need, you can send a DM or call the number 08123 143434 08123143434. You can place your order. Remember to adorn your health with Abals, because health is wealth. You know how we do it on this show. We'll bring to you news that made it to the top. We'll go on a short commercial break to our sponsor Nokpa. When we come back, we'll talk on the burning one we should discuss, but I will not be the only one talking. You can drop your own comment in the comment section. Let's rub minds together. You can as well call the number in. Let me know your opinion on whatever I'll be discussing on News Review today. So on Punch newspaper, we have order to divert Super Eagles flights came from Libya's highest authorities, pilots. PDP factional chairman clash as governors fail to resolve crisis. Heroic Eagles return home after 17 hours Libyan ordeal. NNPC sells PMS to Ipman at 995 naira per litre. On Vanguard newspaper, we have federal government must sustain reforms in spite of hardship on Nigerians, World Bank. Hardship, Tinubu and I empathize with Nigerians, but Vice President Shettima. Hardship, full subsidy removal, exchange rates, long-term strategy for economic stability, Shettima. On Daily Post newspaper, we have Kwara, 3 police officers dismissed over murder of police students. 2027, they are afraid of him. Momodu says on God, only God, destiny can stop Atiku. Oyo ex-governor Ladoja loses wife. I didn't snatch anyone's husband, actress Biodun Okeowo. These are the news that made it to the top today. Let's go on a short commercial break to our sponsor Nokpa. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stop. Don't go nowhere, stay tuned. I'll be right back.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Aba mixture, your family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. That's our sponsor Nokpa Abals. Remember to adorn your health with Abals, because health is wealth is the saying I love saying, because even though Nigeria might be difficult to live in, it might be tough for most of the Nigerians living in it. You just have to make sure nothing is wrong with your health, because with good health we can actually scale through these economic challenges together. But once your health is deformed, once you have issues with your health, you might not be able to see the greener pasture of Nigeria. That's why I always say adorn your health with Abals, because health is wealth, and that can only be guaranteed with Nokpa Abals. The first one I will be discussing today is hardship. Tinubu and I emphasize with Nigerians, but what? The Vice President of Nigeria, Kashim Shettima, has come out to talk. You know, there was a time everybody kept asking, are we sure we have the Vice President in this country? Because it is so difficult to know if indeed we have Vice President in this country. He's not functioning to some people. He doesn't talk. You don't hear anything from him. But now, of recent, the Vice President has been coming out to know that I am indeed the Vice President of the Nigeria Federal Capital Territory. Nobody's going to replace me. Now he has come to say, we empathize with you. I am sorry. We know what you are going through. We know Nigeria is going through a tough time. It is not easy. Only a heartless person will come out to tell us it is easy in Nigeria. According to what Shettima said, it is not easy. But what? The Vice President, Kashim Shettima, yesterday, which is Monday, said he and President Bola Tinubu emphasized with Nigerians over the current hardship occasioned by ongoing economic reforms. And this is the only thing that we can do. For a beauty to come out and everybody start admiring that this person is beautiful, see beauty, I love this, it has to go through a lot of phases. For a gold to come out and you start calling it gold, it has undergone some processes, and the processes for Nigeria has to undergo for you to know that indeed Nigeria is actually a land flowing with milk and honey. This is one of the phases, which is economic reform challenges that we are going through right now. Declaring open the ongoing 30th Nigeria Economic Summit in Abuja, the Vice President said, however, there was no alternative to the reforms if the economy must return to sustainable growth. He said, my heart and the heart of President Bola Tinubu go out to most of the Nigerian people. We emphasize with what the poor and the young are going through in Nigeria, but we have no option, as Tinubu rightly said. We know the pain you are going through. I, in particular, and not myself alone, even the president, we know exactly where the shoe pinches you, but we just have to go through all this we are going through. Nigeria's economy had been volatile, heavily dependent on oil revenues, and unable to create enough jobs to keep pace with our rapidly growing population. As a nation, we must prioritize economic diversification. To know what Nigeria is going through, to know how Nigeria is going through and how Nigeria is faring, and what will be the outcome of Nigeria, we just have to go through this. Now, how is Nigeria going to survive all this? Number one, the crude oil that is what we depend on in Nigeria. We are not seeing the advantage of having a crude oil in the country. Those that are in charge of the crude oil decide to do what? They packed everything and they went with it. We have some particular set of people that are seated in that place, and all they do is they bet whatever comes in from that crude oil, the income that comes in, the profit they gain from it. We have some particular set of people that enjoy the dividend that come out from it. Now the poor masses that are supposed to, that are meant to enjoy 90% of these things, are now wallowing in poverty. Not ordinary poverty, abject poverty. And still you are coming out as a vice president of the country, say you and the #1 citizen of the country actually knows what Nigerians are going through. If you go through what an average Nigeria is going through in a day, I don't think you would be able to sit down in that office and still say you are still the president or the vice president of Nigeria. Like a colleague of mine would say, for the president to actually know if the Nigerians actually love them true to heart, he should do what? He should just walk around the city without security guards, without any security operatives. Just walk like a Nigerian, and trust me, Nigerians actually love you. To the end of the earth, Nigerians love you. Our focus is on sectors that can offer inclusive and sustainable growth, such as agriculture, manufacturing, and the digital economy. The digital economy poses a very promising prospect for revitalizing our economy. According to Pond Theory, a global finance conglomerate has currently 65 million global deputies. By 2035, however, the United States, Brazil, and Russia will suffer from 6 million talent deficit each. The global talent powerhouse, India, by 2035 will only have 1 million supporters, and there are more English speakers in Nigeria than in India. And in terms of age, the average age of Nigerian nation is 16.9. Should I say an acquaintance of mine, a top body of mine, do say Nigeria is a case of a father promising his child, his children, his family that I want to build you a mansion, but before the completion of the mansion, we won't eat, we won't drink, we won't marry, we won't do all the things we do before, just so we can complete the mansion I want to complete. So at the end of the day, after the completion of the mansion, we have people, children, probably one died of hunger, one died of malnourishment, different kind of things. Who would stay to enjoy the mansion that have been built? That is a question to the federal government. We understand that you want to reform Nigeria. We understand that you want Nigeria to go to the greener pasture. We understand that you want a better face for Nigerians. But while doing that, you have to consider that there are some people in Nigeria presently that cannot even afford 3 square meal, not talk of affording 1 square meal now. Even the people that could afford 3 square meal before can no longer boast of 2 square meal, not talk of 1 square meal. So federal government, this is a clarion call to you that you need to work on it. For everything that you want to do in Nigeria, I believe there should be something that you already put in place for Nigeria to work again. Sharing palliatives will not work, because once the set of palliative you share expires, it finishes, they will still come back to you for more palliatives. And for how long will the federal government continue to do that? Federal government, you have to work on it so that the Nigerians can actually trust the government that they actually voted in. The second one here says 2027, they are afraid of him. Momodu says only God, destiny can stop Atiku. A former presidential aspirant, Dele Momodu, has said that only God and destiny will determine former Vice President Atiku Abubakar's future political career. This was in response to Ayodele Fayose, former governor of Ekiti State, during the weekend advised Atiku not to contest election in Nigeria anymore. Ever since Atiku has been contesting for the post of the president, I now see it as more or less like, should I say Nigerians don't want him, or what exactly could be the stumbling block? Stumbling block. What exactly can be the hindrance for Atiku to emerge as the president of Nigeria? Now, Fayose is coming out telling that, sir, do not bother to disturb yourself at all and at all and at all. And again, Fayose during the weekend said only miracle can revive PDP, because PDP is now a dying member. Why? All their members have been suspended. We have the suspending members, non-suspending members. You see them. This one, the chairman has been suspended. The party local chairman has been suspended, and all that. Is it your party alone? And for this kind of thing to be happening in your party, do you think people would want to trust your party to give you the mandate again to come and rule Nigeria for another 4 years? As is Fayose's say on what is actually happening in the crisis. Dele Momodu now came out to reply what Fayose said. He said only God and destiny can stop Atiku. Daily Post reports that Atiku, who served as the vice president to Olusegun Obasanjo, has run unsuccessfully for president of Nigeria 6 times. First in 1993, second in 2007, third in 2011, fourth 2015, 2019, and now again 2023. And he's still coming out to say, I have not stopped though, and I will not stop until I get the mandate of this country. Sir, is there something behind you wanting to emerge as the president of the country? Number one question. Because I believe elections should not be a do or die affair. Trying something for six consecutive times, and the 6 times you keep on rising and keep on falling, keep on rising. Why not just sit down and if it were to be me, I would have turned myself to be like a godfather, somebody that produces. It's not compulsory. If I am not emerging as the president the first time, second time, third time, till the 6th time, then let me try one. If I try and provide a candidate, and let's see how things will go. I am not giving you an advice because I'm not into politics, but I'm just telling you what I would do if I were to be in your shoes. Article body language shows the 2023 People's Democratic presidential candidate is seeking to contest again in 2027 under the PDP. But speaking on Channel Television's Politics Today, Momodu said that there was nowhere in the world that age was used as a yardstick to qualify or disqualify people from running for political offices. By 2027, Atiku should be around 80 or 81. Now, sir, a man of 80, 81 years, how do you want to govern? At that age, you are at the old age where I feel you should just sit at home, relax, and wait till the creator will say, you have done well done my child, you can now come back home. But now you insist on saying you want to become a president. Sir, what if you come 2027 and you do not emerge? That will be the 7th time. Well, to me and to some people, I believe 7 is a perfect number. According to one religion, they believe that everything, creation and all that was done for 7 days. So 7 is a perfect number to some people. But sir, I would just advise, first, you have to arrange your home. That is the PDP. There are lots of crises going on in the party. And I don't think it should be a party whereby you will say, because I am the leader, or because they see me as the leader, I must do what I want to do. I won't listen to what my floor members are saying or what the junior ones are saying. Sir, anybody that does that kind of thing, I just see the person as an autocrat, a dictator, someone that just dictates. It is what I say that must stand. Whatever you say, your opinion does not count, and that cannot lead you anywhere. We saw what happened in 2023 election, whereby there was a division in your party, and that led to the crisis that is still happening in your party till date. And if such crisis is not being settled, I don't think PDP actually have a prospect in Nigeria in the next, let me say, in the next 16 years, if this problem still persists in the party. The last but not the least, should I call this a good news or should I call the other one? NNPC sells PMS to Ip Man at 995 naira per litre. When Dangote said they were going to sit down and discuss how much petrol will be sold, I laughed. Why did I laugh? This petrol that we are talking about, this PMS that we are discussing about, now, we understand the fact that there was a time they import it from outside the country. But now, we now have it in the country. When petrol is being imported into the country, we buy petrol for 100 and something naira. I don't think when petrol was being imported, we bought petrol for 200 naira or 300 naira. But the moment we decide to start selling petrol in our country, Nigeria, my country, I salute. We buy petrol for 600, 700, 800. There was a time that we felt, okay, it has gotten to 900, it's not going anywhere. Last week, Wednesday, NNPC came out and said petrol will be sold in Abuja for 1,030 naira. That's a good news, right? Yes, it's a good news. For people that are actually enjoying what comes out of it, it is a good news. But for those that are the receiving end, which is the poor masses, it is not a good news. Now they sat down, they discussed. NNPC now said to sell to Ipman, independent petroleum marketers, we'll start selling petrol to them at 995 naira. How much did you remove? You did not even remove up to 500 naira. I believe for whatever sitting you want to sit or whatever thing you want to discuss about in Nigeria, if it's not going to be a yardstick, if it's not going to be the one that will make poor masses sit and laugh or sit and say, indeed, freedom at last, then I don't think it is worth discussing. Selling petrol for 995 naira and selling petrol for 1,030 naira, sir, ma, because I know it is not only male that are sitting at the meeting. What is the difference? 995 naira and 1,030 naira. What is the difference? Mele Kyari said for 6,000 liters truck, for those that smuggle petrol in, there's an interest of 17 million naira on 6,000 liters. Now let's calculate for those that are bringing in 33,000 liters. So he said, for those that are seeing that kind of profit, how do you expect them to say they are not going to produce? No, it is not possible. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has agreed to sell premium motor spray petrol to members of independent petroleum marketers association of Nigeria at 995 naira per litre. This followed the intervention of the Department of State Services in the controversy between the two parties. Bunch of unserious set of people. The DSS had to intervene. Because when NNPC said they were going to sell it for how much? 919 naira. So DSS intervened, decided to sell 995 naira. What is the essence of the DSS intervening? 998 naira, 995 naira, just 3 naira. Sir, DSS SAS, what is the essence of intervening? When they said DSS intervened, I was like, oh, thank God, DSS intervened. Probably they are going to sell by 600 naira or so. DSS intervened, is doing so for 995 naira. The National Vice President of Ipman, Ahmed Fashola, told correspondents that the intervention of the DSS solved a lot of problems. facing marketers. Fashil also confirmed that through their intervention, the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority (NMDPRA) are going to pay their stations outstanding 10 billion naira while resolving issues about the direct purchase of petrol from the Dangote refinery. We really appreciate their intervention. They are doing their job. Anywhere they have seen there may be crisis, it is their duty to intervene. And their intervention brokered peace and understanding between the parties, and everybody agreed to work together, Fashola stated. And there's a saying by Dale that says, it is not possible to give a madman a O and expect him to make ridges to your place. No. Even somebody that is not sane, that I mean an insane person, knows once I'm being given a O, I am to make wages to myself. So the fact that they agreed to sell petrol to Ipman at 995 naira per liter and Ipman is comfortable with it, definitely everything is speaking well for them. But for whatever decision you make, for whatever thing you sit to conclude on, I want you to always remember that there are a lot of people at the receiving end, and they are the poor masses. They are the set of people you will come out to meet in 2026, 2027 and start campaigning to that. Please, when it comes to the time of campaign, I'm always shocked, I'm always amazed, I'm always dazed to see that these people that are always acting high and mighty will stoop so low to sit with those that are selling corns at the roadside, but those that are selling bolly at the roadside, even go as far as carrying something on people that are walking on the road and up for them. But once they match as the whatever position they aspire for, then they've forgotten that they actually went through this kind of thing. I just want you, those in the place of power, to tread gently, because a day is coming. All this power toxing you, all these things that are pushing you to do things that you are not supposed to do, but you are doing it, would actually come to an end one day. And you will leave that seat of power and come back to meet the poor masses, only if you are not going to settle down in this country. Alright, I've come to the end of news review today. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube, on X account, on TikTok, on Instagram, at Wisdom Yard Online TV. Thanks to all our viewers home and abroad for always staying glued, and to our sponsor Nokpa Abals, we say a very big thank you to you. Till I come again on your screen, I remain my humble self, Oduwayo Adelere. Be good and be fine. Bye for now.